beauty, tiredness, sore feet, frustration, anger, peace, serenity. These are all some of the things I experienced this weekend as I went up to the Yorkshire Dales and I went for a wild camp at a really rather famous location.
Well, I'd read online that a few people said that you could actually hike down there and walk through it. Absolutely no chance unless you've got some climbing gear.
But that's not all I did this weekend. I even found something, a complete blot on the landscape that I probably have hiked past and didn't even know about, and we will be taking a look at that as well.
Heaven on earth, absolutely. Whoa, heaven on earth. It's so nice to get off that rocky road all the way up out of Ribblesdale. I'm still on my barefoot shoe experience and learning and getting my feet used to that barefoot experience. And it does hurt your ankles, or should I say your heels, a little bit. But I find that the more I've been wearing them, the more I want to keep wearing them, especially when I'm out here. And I will probably do a video review of these shoes. I've been wearing them for commuting, hiking, up in the Dales. I've literally, well, they haven't really been off my feet. But it's enough for a break. The clouds are bruising a little bit, and I've still got a long way to go.
I know a place where we can go and be alone. So come away with me, nobody has to know where we gonna go. I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me.
This is Horton, and it lies on the western side of Pen-y-ghent mountain to the north of the main trail, the Pen-y-ghent Way. It's actually a collapsed cavern, and as much as I've been told that you can walk around down there, you cannot. There's physically no way down there without climbing gear, and it is quite an impressive 91 metres long and about 20 metres wide. In dry weather, Horton Beck goes underneath, but when it's had a really massive waterfall, it does spray over the top, and I'm told that it's really quite beautiful as it re-emerges down at Brantsgill's Head. A guidebook published in the late 18th century called this Hull Pit, and the author said it would have appeared like the inside of an enormous old Gothic castle, with high ruinous walls, which were left standing after the roof had fallen in. It's quite an impressive sight, no matter what the weather.
Well, I'd read online that a few people said that you could actually hike down there and walk through it. Absolutely no chance unless you've got some climbing gear. I can't see how you can actually get down into that place. And once you're in, how are you going to get back out again? I certainly won't be attempting that on my own, and I wouldn't advise you to do it either. But now we're going to be heading for the main event, up to the top, and see if we can find somewhere to camp for tonight. It's turned out beautiful. It was raining a minute ago. I haven't actually got any idea where I'm going to stay tonight. And you may be thinking, well, isn't that a little bit foolish to come up onto the moors or the mountain here, or the peak, and don't know where you're staying? Well, as I always say, that life is an adventure. I think if you're the sort of person that worries about that, then yeah, plan it, Google Earth it, and try and find somewhere. If you're more like me, where you like to get yourself into a sticky situation, and you get up there and you can't find anywhere and the weather comes down, that's what I love about being out in the great outdoors. It's that adventure of the unknown, the unexpected. And I'm not exactly going to be in a huge amount of danger. I've got plenty of safety should I need it. And Horton in Ribblesdale is probably 3-4 miles from the top of the mountain. So it is going to be a bit of a hike. Water's the only real concern. Foolishly, I've just passed a small stream back there where I could have got some water, because I did bring the grail, so I'm just going to have to do water rations.
I had planned to get some water from one of the streams that runs down the side of the mountain. With getting so involved with filming and recording and everything else, I actually forgot until it was too late, but luckily for me, and look, from checking the GPS, I managed to find another stream, and I always bring the grail with me. So luckily this time, water really wasn't an issue.
Well, I don't mind telling you, as the breeze comes up off the valley there, it is heaven on earth, absolutely, whoa, heaven on earth. It's quite a climb with all this gear. I really am going to have to start thinking about getting a lighter set of kit, as I've mentioned before. But wow, it is going to be beautiful at sunset. Yeah.
As I eventually got to the top of Pen-y-ghent, which just felt like it was never going to end with those steps, you got to the peak and there was a bit more and a bit more. I really had now to find out where I was going to stay the night, because the sun goes down quite quickly at the end of the day, and you've got to find somewhere suitable that's away from other people and that's quite sheltered and remote. The last thing you want to be doing is putting your tent up in the dark. It's not pleasant and it's easy to lose things.
So I guess the question now is where am I going to actually stay? I guess I've still got plenty of light, so I'm just going to have to go for a little investigation. It might be better for me to actually stay on the other side of the peak here, or the mountain, because that wind is blowing this way. It'll give me a little bit of shelter behind that wall. But I think we'll go for a little investigation and see what we can find. Oh, it's going to be cold tonight, I know that.
After about 25 minutes of walking around trying to find somewhere suitable, it wasn't going to be really close to the main path, which is not what you want. I went right to the very top of the mountain.
So because I've camped here now on this top, which is fairly flat, I was going to go, let's just say, further over that way, but there was a few other people wild camping. I don't really want to encroach on anybody else. So as the sun sets here now, I need to get a move on. This grass is really squashy, but I think in the night, once it's compacted down, I should be all right. So I need to get everything in there now, and then cook, eat, and give my feet a rest. I've got a snivelling nose as well.
As the sun starts to go down, I always get the same reaction and the same feeling every single time I've done this. It's a 50-50. One, thinking, I'm out here on my own, what the hell am I doing? And then on the complete flip side, the other side of the coin, I think, this is awesome. Not many people get to experience this. They'll all be sat at home watching TV or getting pissed in the pub. It really is that escape, stay mentality that I even go through sometimes in the van as well.
There's no bolognese. Not exactly chef inspiring, but you know, I've done wild camping enough now to know that I'm no chef and I'm not really bothered about fine cooking where some people bring out the pans and they start cooking stuff. Maybe I'll start doing some if I do any more, but it's just an occasional wild camp. It's where the channel started off and I actually quite enjoy it, if I'm honest with you. It does make a break, it breaks up that mountain biking, van life, paddleboarding. It's nice to mix it up and have different adventures on a weekend. I'll tell you what, I'm bloody hungry. Whoa, I'm hungry.
After I'd relaxed for a little bit, eaten, had something to eat, and just chilled out for a little bit, I went for a little wander around the tent just as the sun had gone down and it was getting dark. And the clouds were rolling over the top of me at certain times and through the valley below me, and I can't really put into words the emotions and experiences that I was going through at that point, because it was just so hauntingly beautiful. These clouds were moving so fast down and through the valley, and then there was also a mix of like, this is almost a little bit scary. This is Mother Nature's, the power of Mother Nature. Such an amazing experience, and as I've mentioned before, many people won't understand unless you've actually been in that situation. You look at this video and go, yeah, it's a few clouds rolling past, but until you're out on the moors on your own, truly on your own, It's something quite incredible, and it's one of the reasons why a lot of people love wild camping.
Got the old flex tail on, and we've done a video on this review, so that's going to be on most of the night. If I can give you one tip, if you're thinking of wild camping you haven't before, and those that have wild camped many times, you know this. One of the biggest tips I can give you is have a fresh pair of socks. These are a godsend when you've been out hiking all day and your socks are a little bit squashed and crunched. You can't beat a fresh pair of soft Nordic socks. Heaven on earth. Believe me, these things are awesome. Thanks to Max Hotel for giving me a pair of these. I love them. Absolutely love them. Well, I'm not a morning person at the best of times, but getting up at 5:30 in the morning, especially when you didn't get any sleep. No, I didn't sleep again. Even when I sleep in the van or whether I'm sleeping in a tent, I never sleep. And yet there is a certain addictiveness in wanting to actually get out and experience it again. Because behind me, it looks like I'm literally going to be descending into the clouds as I head back down the valley. And it is absolutely awe-inspiring. And it's things like this that just remind me why I do it. It's very slippy as well.
If you decide to follow this route that's available on the blog, then you've got two choices to make. You can either go back down the mountain the way you came up, which is a very gradual, easy trail all the way back down past Hullpot, back down to Horton in Ribblesdale, or you can come over the other side here that I'm about to do, but please, 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 I need to put this in like bold lettering if possible. This is really steep, and if you're going to do this first thing in the morning, when that mist and fog and cloud have settled on the rocks, it makes them extremely, extremely slippy. Especially if you've got over like 20k in your backpack and you've got a tripod and camera as well. Really, really be careful here. I can't emphasize that enough. I don't want anybody to do this and say, flipping heck, I wasn't expecting this. There was a couple of times on the way down where I did swear quite badly. A lot of people were coming up this side and down the other side rather than this reverse way. So just please be aware of that if you're going to do this route. I don't want anybody to do this route and get themselves hurt on the way down.
I'm surprised just how many people I saw up here on the mountain at 5 o'clock in the morning. Good on them. Absolutely freezing. And a lot of people seem to be walking around in shorts and a t-shirt, which it is a bit of a climb. In fact, it's horrendously. The path that I've brought down from the mountain is a bit horrendous, to be honest with you. Yesterday, the way that I worked up was much nicer. A little bit of a gradual path, and only the top bit really that was a bit steep. But coming down, any little slip on them rocks and you are absolutely shabaranked. Absolutely shabaranked. But it's great to see so many people wanting to get out of the cities and actually come up into the mountains. I love it. Great respect. I'm probably going to get a bit of a sore throat from saying, morning, morning, hey up, hey up. Now then, I must have said it about 1,000 times on the way down. But yeah, brilliant. It's great to see people getting out and enjoying the great outdoors. And for me, even though I got absolutely no sleep, as you can see, just being out here on my own, Sigma male, is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Morning, ladies. I'm talking to the sheep. Well, that pretty much brings the end of my little adventure. The life is an adventure, staying out on the mountain here in the Yorkshire Dales. It's obvious which one it is. And as usual, didn't get any sleep. I never get any sleep when I do these things, but I just love being out there. Something really, really addictive about it. I don't know why there is this incentive to want to keep doing it when you don't get any sleep, and it's exactly the same when I stay in the van. I never get any sleep, even when it's pitch quiet. I've got to either be drunk or so tired that I can hardly keep my eyes open. But anyway, I'll find it. You can ride. I keep saying that, that's the old saying. Might do the odd mountain bike ride again, maybe. But life is an adventure. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe and share, and give me the thumbs up and all that good stuff. And I shall see you in some more videos coming soon, no doubt, in the Yorkshire Dales. Maybe the peaky goodness, and maybe, just maybe, the Lake District. Man's tired. I'm off to church, St Oswald's in the village, to thank the God keeping me safe.